Good morning, YouTube. I hope we're doing well. It's been a couple of weeks since the last training video, and if you watched the YouTube video that I uploaded last Tuesday, instead of a training video, because I was taking a week off the gym to recover, I basically uploaded a video of how I recover and 5 things I make sure I do in my recovery days that help me recover. But if you want to go and watch that video, then I'll leave it in the cards, or I'll leave it in the top link in the description. Or if I do forget, then it's one of the most recent ones on my channel. It'll be very hard to miss. But anyways, I hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are having a good day. Today we are back in the game. All right, we're going to be doing legs today. And I've got a couple of updates. I've got 2 very specific updates since the last time I posted a training video or a workout wisdom video, let's say. So, update number 1. Update number 1, I thought, you know what? It's summer. It's a nice time of the year. Screw it. I'll make a little change. So that's that. That's number 1. I buzzed my hair, and it feels very liberating, I must say. You know, getting out of the shower and not having to do anything. It feels fucking fantastic. But number 2, I have changed my workout split, right? At the moment, I'm aiming on changing my workout split every 12 to 16 weeks. I'm not aiming to change it. I am changing my workout program around every 12 to 16 weeks. And it just so happens that, you know, I was taking the deload last week. I was taking a week off, and I thought, you know, I'm getting a little bit bored of the training. I wanted to switch it up a bit, and there's nothing wrong with doing that, by the way. If you find that you've been doing your workout program for so long, I would recommend sticking to it for at the very least, 8 weeks before you consider making any big program switches. And I'll get onto that in just a second. But, you know, if you find you're bored, you're not necessarily enjoying it, the most important thing about the gym for consistency, especially as a beginner in your shoes, is enjoyment, right? You want to enjoy the thing you're doing. We don't live long enough to not enjoy the things we do. So, if you do feel like that, then changing the workout plan, whether that's a split or just specific exercises, you're more than happy to do so. However, as I just said, I wouldn't recommend changing it all the time. And what I mean by all the time is if you see someone post on YouTube recommending like the best split of 2025, or the new split that every beginner should try, or something like that, and you've only been doing yours for 2 weeks, then I wouldn't recommend switching, right? You don't want to be that program hopper. You don't want to be a sheep. You don't want to be following the crowd all the time, right? And the reason why I say this is because you want to think about training and the importance of sticking to a program for long enough, like learning a hobby, right? This is a really good analogy, and I really like telling it. So, imagine you're trying to learn Spanish from this week on, right? And then at the end of the week, you get bored of Spanish and you start learning French. And then at the end of the next week, you get bored of learning French, and then you want to venture into music, so you start to learn the piano, and then the guitar, and then you want to learn about history, then geography. If you keep wanting to learn about different things week by week, what's going to happen? You're not going to get deep into any of them, and you're not going to get smart, or you're not going to get good at any of them, because you haven't given yourself enough time to, right? And it's the exact same thing with the gym and workout plans. If you don't give yourself time on a workout plan, how will you know if it works or not, right? How will you make progression? How will your muscle recognize the exercise and the movement patterns, right? So it's super important that we stick to our workout programs and our exercises for long enough before we consider changing. So as I said, at the absolute minimum, I would recommend sticking to a workout split for 8 weeks. However, if you do really find an exercise bad, then you can change an exercise within 4 weeks. However, you don't want to be changing all of your exercises in 4 weeks, just 1 or maybe 2 at a time at the absolute max. But anyways, I don't want to bore you guys. So in today's video, we are going to be hitting a lower day. So yeah, as I said, I didn't fill you in with the split I changed to. So I'm doing the upper lower split, which basically just consists of one day being upper body and one day being lower body, and I'm repeating this twice in a week. So I'm going to the gym 4 times a week, still as I was before. Upper day on Monday, lower day on Tuesday, rest day on Wednesday, where I do cardio and abs, and then Thursday is upper, variation 2, and the lower is variation 2. And the reason why I say variation 2 is because the perk of training the same workout twice a week is that you can give it different biases, right? And this is exactly what I'm going to do with my lower day, right? So because I've got 2 lower days now, so I'm training my legs twice a week, I switched the biases between them. So what I mean by biases is which muscle group you specifically want to focus on the most during the workout. So what I mean, so I'll give you guys a perfect example. So on my first lower day, so I did that on Tuesday, so my first leg day, I bias my quadriceps. So I more specifically focus on training my quads on Tuesday, and now I'm more specifically focusing on hamstrings today, right? I'm still doing some quads in there. However, it is primarily hamstring. So I'll run you guys through the exercises. So exercise number 1 is going to be RDLs. No, it won't. Sorry. Exercise number 1 is going to be lying down hamstring curls, which I really like to do at the beginning of all my leg sessions actually, because it warms up the knees, which is super important for getting ready for your big movements. Exercise number 2, we're going to be doing RDLs, so our Romanian deadlifts. Exercise number 3, we're going to be doing leg extensions, and exercise number 4, we are going to be doing belt squats, which is a machine squat I have in my gym, and if you have it, I'd highly recommend it. It's a great machine. I'm going to eat my banana. I'm going to drink my infamous drink of pink salt and creatine that you guys know about. I'm going to write down what we're going to be doing in today's session. And I'm going to get walking to the gym because it is beautiful. If you cannot tell, I'm sat outside in the UK. Shock. But without further ado, thank you guys for sticking around. I don't have headphones, so I thought I'd entertain myself for the next minute and introduce myself to you guys. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Ryan. I turned 20 around a month ago. And over the last 4 years, I've been on a journey of transformation through the gym, taking myself from 51 kilos on my left to 78 kilos on my right. And that is in this year. And I'm on a mission to help as many skinny men who are on the beginning side of things, who struggle with weight gain, struggle with muscle gain, to make the process as streamlined for them as possible. And in order to help me do this, I've created my very own free online community that you'll be able to see in the top link in the description. And just before I left actually, I was planning a one-to-one call I'm having later today with one of the members. So if you want to get access to me beyond these YouTube videos completely for free, free coaching, then I'd absolutely love to help you. It'd be an absolute pleasure to have you as the newest member and join the movement. But I don't want to bore you. I'll let you get back to the video.
make them join us. Close door, time to pilot through the night. We will outrun the light, get what we deserve, that's right. Hit it, hit it, hit it, boy. Pilot through the night, pilot through the night. We will outrun the light, get what we deserve, that's right. Hit it, pilot through the night, pilot through the night. We will outrun the light, get what we deserve, that's right.
Now, exercise number 2, we have moved on to our RDLs. Now we have done our lying down hamstring curls. We are perfectly primed for RDLs, which are Romanian deadlifts. Now, you're not going to see me lift too heavy for 2 reasons. Number 1, I'm very weak on this exercise, or not very weak, I'm pretty weak on this exercise because I've not done it in a while. And I'm just getting back into it, the form, just getting back used to it and putting it back into my program. The second reason why you're not going to see me lift too heavy is because obviously we've just done hamstring curls, so our hamstrings are now pre-fatigued with a lot of blood in there. But also the reason why I have done that is intentionally not to lift as heavy as I could possibly go if I was fresh. Because remember, if you are new to the channel, then one thing that's really important about growing muscle is that it's not all about strength. It's not all about how heavy we lift, but it's about how heavy we can make the lightest weight possible feel. Therefore, we've got even more room to progress down the line. So that's one little mental note, and I'll let you get back to it. Now moving on to our leg extensions. Now I just cut that warm up short because my warm-ups on leg extensions are very long and probably not very pleasant to sit through, so I want to explain them very quickly in this little video. So I usually do 3 warm-ups for leg extensions because we want to get the blood in our quads, and quads, in my experience, require volume. For my warm-up sets, for the first warm-up set, I do roughly 20 to 25 reps, and then the second one I do anywhere from 12 to 15 reps, and then the final one, number 3, I do anywhere from 8 to 10 reps. As painful as they are, you got to get it done, my friend. Final exercise for this video is our belt squats. Now, we're doing this last, and as I said previously, we want to make the lightest weight feel as heavy as possible so we can do the most with the least, so we've got more room for progression, right? Because I've saved this till last and because my legs are knackered and fatigued, I'm using a lighter weight and I'm going to get even more stimulation out of it. Which basically just means I've got more weight to progress with and work with in the future, you know, so it's a win-win. But sorry for the camera angle for this video. The gym was really busy and this was the only place I could put it in, and also the camera quality, because I had to put it in 0.5 because it was quite close where I was filming, and as I just said, it wasn't the best place to be filming. But, you know, it's only one set. I didn't record the warm-ups, but I only did one warm-up for this anyway, but I'll let you get back to it. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We are now back at the back in the gaff, as they say in England. Um, I'm pretty lost for words in terms of the fact that my cognitive abilities have slightly gone down after that leg session because I still feel pretty lightheaded. Even though I walked home, that definitely cleared my head, cleared the air a little bit. Getting that first bit of fresh air after you step out of the gym for a brutal leg day is the most complete feeling, right? I don't know if you've been there or you have. If you do, if you know, you know. But if you haven't, when you do truly push your limits on leg day and you have that first bit of fresh air once you leave the gym, pure bliss. But right now, I'm sitting in my garage. We have a protein shake at the ready to replenish the body after a brutal workout. I hope you guys enjoyed the video and it's sort of giving you a little bit of motivation. Once again, apologies that I wasn't able to do this, talk in the gym. I really need to figure out a way to get around it. I think my microphones aren't, um, I don't think they have the ability to do that. I don't think they're that advanced to block out the background noise. So, um, you know, I think I'll have to buy new ones in the future, but I'll try my best. But anyways, I hope these videos are the best they can possibly be. But if you're training legs or whenever you do, whether you're training chest or legs, in fact, just sort of look at my intensity, right? The face never lies. When I was on a leg extension, it's fucking sink or swim, right? I never fake the intensity. I always push my fucking limits because if I don't, then I would be in deep regret after if I didn't. And in order to finish this video off with a bang, I just want to ask you one question. Do you want to leave the gym knowing that you have one more rep or not? How would you feel if you left the gym knowing you had one more rep, knowing that you could have been better, but you chose not to, and you chose the initial comfort over the temporary discomfort? Whereas, if you chose that temporary discomfort, you would have had that long-term gain. It's all about the mentality in the gym, whether you're willing to push yourself that far. You may think your body's not capable, but you are so much more capable than you think. All it is that mental block on your mind telling you to stop because of that initial pain, right? The body, in a natural human tendency, is to stay as comfortable as possible. The reason why pain is a sensation and the reason why it hurts is because it's a mechanism that keeps our body alive, right? The moment we start to feel pain, whether that's a leg break or a cut, the reason we feel pain is so we are aware of that, therefore we don't do further damage, right? However, the body doesn't know what we're actually doing in the gym is good pain, right? So it's still going to have the same reaction. You're still going to be telling yourself, the mind's going to be telling you to stop. But poor mind, it doesn't know what you're doing, right? You're trying to do something better for yourself. So you just got to keep pushing past that fucking pain. And as the legend Tom Platz says, the quad father himself, you always have 5 more reps in you, even if you think you don't. And that is probably true because there have been studies, that have, I can't remember where I read it was a while ago, but I still stand by it. And even if it's not true, I don't give a shit because it helps me mentally push myself more. That if you are in survival mode, like pure survival mode, your strength increases by 30%. And I can see why that is true because, then, you've literally got everything to lose. It's sink or swim at that point. So you've just got to enter that mentality as much as you possibly can and enter it as deep as you possibly can as well, right? But I don't want to bore you guys. I don't want to keep you here. That's a little bit of a mentality chat. I'm going to drink my protein shake, strawberry banana ice cream, I think. Very nice flavour. If you have enjoyed the video, make sure you leave a like, drop a comment down below. And if you want to stay around for future videos, I upload every Tuesday, Thursday and Sunday. And I'm uploading workout videos every single Tuesday as well. And if you do want free coaching from me, as I said at the beginning of the video, I have a free community. I would absolutely love to have a call with you, as I will be with one of the members later. There's over 250 people in there. It's growing every day. Join the revolution. I want to change your life, and I'm confident that this community will be worth your time. See you in the next video. Oh, fucking hell, that project's so good. Mm.